On occasion.
Well, let me give you a word of advice.
Always bet on black.
Hey, what's up everybody? Golden Curls here again. Just having another video like this where I kind of discuss and go over a game that I just found out about. And it's kind of like the same as Balatro one, where it's just like scripted and unhinged, and hopefully I don't pop the mic real quick. But yeah, this is more of like a semi-scripted sort of thing. Yeah, I don't really know what to say besides having notes for this. Yeah. So, without further ado, my catchphrase. This is Bingle Bingle. Silly name, but is it quite a silly game? I think so. So right out the gate, I'm not sponsored. This is paid with my own money. I did not get sponsored for this, but I wanted to make this video again and just kind of get some exposure to this game too, kind of like in the same way I did with Balatro, blah blah blah. You'll notice I say Balatro a lot because this game will probably get like compared to it a lot. That's all I've seen, since it seems like 2024 is the year of getting gambling roguelites or like anything like that. Balatro was a big hit, so people do want to catch that wave, and I don't think I'm not saying the developers of this are trying to get on that wave or whatever. They've done something unique here that I think deserves its own merit, and if you guys think so as well, I'd say go ahead and give them your money if you're comfortable with that, or if you're able to. So not going to twist any arms here or anything. This is just going to be super laid back and silly. So yeah, starting off, this is entirely different from Balatro beginning. Hopefully I don't just clip my mic there. Yeah, so this is a completely different setup. This is early access, whereas Balatro actually fully completed. That is the key point here. Early access, I know, deters some people, and I don't blame them. There have been a lot of things with early access that have obviously not come through or have been terrible or whatever, but I think this game shows a bit of promise from the very beginning, from what I've played of it and from what it has in there. So right now, as of recording this and all this gameplay footage of it, there's only 2 classes in it, so there's a third one coming. I'm garbage and don't know how to beat games, so I only have the one class. As you can see the little archer icon. I'm sure I'll put some fancy post-production editing in, but probably not. Also, this is entirely different. This is roulette. This isn't poker, so this is another gambling game, but this is roulette, not poker. So don't get it twisted. I would say this game is entirely more betting balanced. Betting balanced? No. This is betting focused, where betting actually matters and counts in this game, more so than Balatro. In this, you absolutely must make bets because you cannot rely on the same old trick or just having your balls go into the different pockets each time and hoping that scores you enough. You need to be making bets. There are lots of bets in this game. You can bet on like a single number, which I believe I can see that is an option over there on the side in the shop. You can bet on a dozen numbers. You can bet on specific 2 numbers, 3 numbers, rows, columns, lines, odds, evens, black, red, you name it. There's a lot of betting, and you know, it kind of adds more layer to it, where Balatro, you know, it's kind of like you just don't really bet. There's not like the stakes aspect. I feel like this game, and it didn't really click for me. I've got about 20 hours in it, and this really encapsulates the whole betting mentality, I feel like. Like, it took me a while for it to click, where it's like, this game heavily forces you to bet, and you need that better's mentality to pull through and like actually progress through this game, because it does get difficult. There is a bit of a difficulty spike. I don't remember if I have it in this gameplay or not, but this game gets ridiculously hard after like the 3rd or 4th round. the stages, it is like Balatro where you go through 3 or 4 stages and then you face a boss. But yeah, you will face a peak where if you are not upgrading and making sure to fit a play style, you're gonna get stomped and you're gonna get repeatedly squished and like not be able to make it past a certain point, like I am. So you'll get filtered very quickly if you don't know how to adapt. Which, yeah, like actual gambling, you need to know what you're doing, and you need to know when to hold and when to fold and everything else in between. Yeah, so that reminds me of, there are some strats that you can do. There's a bunch of different options that you can do. You can obviously go for something easy or simple where it's like, oh, I'm gonna fill the roulette with just red, so you just have the entirety of the roulette wheel in red, and then you can bet on only reds. Or you can go for, hey, I'm gonna get only one specific number. I'm gonna fill the roulette wheel with a bunch of numbers that are the same, and then I'm gonna single-handedly only bet on that one, straight up. And that is also a valid option. There's so many options that you can work with, and that's not even going more in depth, where you can see on the screen there's pockets that are frozen, so you can't go into those pockets. Well, you can have it so if you want to freeze a certain amount or whatever, so you only hit the pockets that you want to hit. There's a lot of complexity for how much game there is so far. Another big thing, you need to be constantly upgrading and trying your best to get the most amount of coins that you can, because upgrading is very key. Your cash does not carry over. You will not carry cash on. This is not Balatro. You do not carry cash on. You have to absolutely upgrade or get different parts for your roulette wheel, or change balls, like the variety and everything like that. You need to absolutely do that. You need upgrades, you need perks, you need all these things, because if not, you are going to lose very quickly. I have the note written down here where this game can be just as crushing or exciting as real gambling, and that's very much true. Like I said, you need to have that betting mindset. It just has to click for you, where you're like, oh my god, this is what I'm doing, and this is what I need to be doing. This does have some progression in it, where after you make a certain amount of purchases for items, more things do show up in the shop. I know if you buy certain roulette like wheels, you get more of them in the shop. If you buy certain ball types, you will get more. If you buy more of the perks, you'll get more unlocked. As of now, I want to say there's like a decent amount. I don't know the exact amount. I'm not gonna try and lie to you or anything like that and convince you I know what that is, because I don't. But yeah, there's quite a bit in here for it being early access, and I'm hoping they'll be able to do more, be able to balance and tweak it out some more. The only gripes that I've really had are, I'm going to sound like a game journalist. It does get crushingly difficult. Maybe not crushingly, but it does get way harder than you would expect it to be. The difficulty does ramp up, and sometimes, just like real gambling, you can obviously just like get destroyed, because luck is a big factor, and you sometimes get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. It's just the way of the game. I don't like how slow it is either. I don't know if it'll show in the footage. There is the little fast forward button. That is a great time saver. However, it does feel a little bit slow in between rounds when it's doing the transitioning into the next round or into the shop. So there is no speed up option like in Balatro, which is fine. Getting into a game and starting a new run and everything like that, it's still really quick to get in. So there's that aspect. I also don't really like it's not clearly defined on certain aspects. Like sometimes what they say for item descriptions are a little weird, or like they don't make sense. Along with that, there's like some grammar and spelling issues and everything like that, but that's fine. That's early access. I don't expect like spell check to be used for everything. It's fine. I can still read somewhat, but yeah, I would say it's perfectly fine as of now. I hope they'll be able to tweak some of that. There were a few games where it just does seem like the AI has a perfect counter for you in the boss fights. You know, it is a little annoying where, for instance, there's one where after your second bet, everything is reduced in point value. So, you know, if you don't have high level or high upgrades, you're gonna get screwed. Not fun. But yeah, as of now, I'd say it's perfectly serviceable as an early access game. They're obviously gonna keep updating and improving and continuing. I have no idea when they'll have the next update out, but as of now, there is a fairly decent amount of content. Like I said, I've spent about 20 hours in it, and I've had my fun. I haven't gotten a win yet, which is, again, probably on me. Skill issue, obviously. But yeah, I've had a great deal of fun. I think this game doesn't deserve to be compared to Balatro, as it is its own separate entity and entirely different thing on its own. I can see where the comparisons come from, though. It's kind of weird how two gambling games came out within a relatively short time span, and we're getting two more, if not more, unannounced ones. I know there's a Mahjong one, and I believe a Blackjack one coming, which, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But, yeah, I'd say for now, this is a fairly decent game that you can sink some time into. I want to say it's only $10, but I'll probably edit in the price, and hopefully I don't look like a fool saying that. Yeah, I would say if you trust this and want to see it continue developing and like the concept, go ahead and give it a shot. I certainly am not disappointed. There hasn't been anything that's really aggravated me or made me too upset at the game, so it's like, yeah, I think it's a great, fun game. Obviously it could use a lot more, but that's what early access is for, and they're going to let more content and everything be developed over time, as long as they get the support that they want and need. So yeah, I'd say give it a good little check out. Hopefully the gameplay in the background kind of gives a good example of what you can expect, or kind of gives some sort of confidence to you. But yeah, I would say go ahead and check it out, or don't. That's been my 2 cents, and yeah, hopefully, you know, some people pick this up and love it, or some people are just able to go ahead and give it a run, but it doesn't work for them. So yeah, it's the whole point of this series. Just want to make it available out there. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and leave the rest of this gameplay. I'm sure it's probably boring because, like I said, I don't get any dubs. So yeah, let me know if you guys pick it up, or what your thoughts on it are if you played it or already picked it up. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, the usual YouTube thing. And yeah, peace. I'll see you guys later.